Hi students, I heard that some of you may still have difficulties, especially those from the 8th grade because you didn't have any map classworks or homework before, so um, you still have some difficulty in understanding the requirement about those two map classworks, one for last week and one for this week. Okay, so I decided that we should further explain the requirement of these two homework. So please first look at this math classwork of last week, last Friday. So in this one, you can see a map of mainland China and also a map, but in two forms, the map of Central America, right? Okay, so here you may find some numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe this 5 or 6 is not so clear. Okay, so if you can look closer, you can find 5 and 6, and then from 7 to 10. Yes, from 7 to 10. Okay, so these are the 10 cities that I also write here as the 10 major cities in China, in mainland China. So here you may find their Chinese character. It's not a requirement for you to recognize or to write it. No. The only thing that you need to do is look at this form. I mean the pinyin form. I have some bolded and reddened letters inside on which you should put the tone mark. Yeah, so you just basically find one. Okay, one is here, one is Beijing. Not this one is two. Okay, so one is Beijing, so you'll find Beijing. Okay, so you put these two tone marks respectively on this letter E and on this letter I, and yeah, just similarly. Just one thing you should pay attention to here for this Aomen for Macau. Okay, so in Mandarin Aomen, you see this A is in its capitalized form, but you still have to put a tone mark on this letter. Okay, so Aomen, where is it? Okay, number 10. Aomen, right? So you're supposed to put a falling tone mark, the fourth tone mark on this one, and men, rising, or the second tone here. Okay, and when it comes to Central America, you will find actually the names of the cities are just comparatively longer than those in China. And even the shortest one would be this Managua or this San Jose, right? Okay, so you just basically find Santa Rosa de Copan. It's here for number 1 because we're here, right? Okay, so you will find 6 tone marks. I can also make it larger like this. Okay, so you can just put the tone marks of these on sheng, on letter E, letter O, A, D, E, A, and so on. Okay, similarly. And for this one, the recent one. Okay, the one for this week are the maps of Taiwan or Republic of China, Taiwan, and also the map of the neighboring countries of Taiwan and China in East Asia and Southeast Asia. In both areas, you can find a lot of ethnic Chinese people or Chinese speaking people. Okay, so their names are quite often mentioned in Mandarin Chinese. So that's why I just put these maps here. In Taiwan part, you may find, all right, there are 8 cities. So the numbers can be seen clearly, and also you can find the tones of each city. But one thing that's quite interesting that in the names of all of these major cities in Taiwan, you will only find 2 tones, which is very interesting. So just the rising tone and the flat tone all the time, you see. Okay, so it will be quite easy for you to do this part. And on this side, you may also find something in brackets. Okay, that's the name that you will find, always find or often find in English context about these cities, which is a little bit different from its Chinese pinyin because these ones were spelled not in our current 1958 Chinese pinyin, but they were just kind of conventional names in maybe some of them are in so-called weight-dial system, and some of them are in so-called postal system, or even some other systems, which means some earlier forms of romanization um, plans of Chinese language, but they are also just Chinese language. Okay, so in this part you will find those East or Southeast Asian cities. Well, they are also sometimes longer than the Chinese ones, but considerably shorter than their Central American counterparts, right? Okay, so just pay attention to these red letters, okay? Which I have intentionally made it easier for you to do it. Okay, so just be careful not to look at the wrong number. All right, so that is the requirement of these two map classworks, and I hope you will find um, fun or joy in doing these two, because some of the students before have already told me that they find it that they have found it's quite interesting to do such homework compared to just writing Chinese characters or translating sentences and so on. And I hope it will be a kind of improvement. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to write to me, or some of you may also contact me on WhatsApp, right? Okay, so here you can find my email address, and I will be always waiting for you on even at midnight. Okay, it's not a joke. I really answer emails of my students at midnight. Okay, so don't hesitate to ask me anything, and don't forget to send your feedback of these two classworks. I mean, wherever you write it, you may print it. If you don't have a printer, you can also just write those pinyin with the tones on your workbook or on a piece of paper with your name on it. Okay, so just don't forget to send them. It can be photo, it can be scanned files, and so on. Just send them to my email, and I will be waiting for you until next Monday. Okay, both of them. Just have fun. See you next time.